My name is Elizabeth. I want to welcome you guys. Nice to see you. For props today, we're going to use a pillow. So let's grab a pillow and get this party started. So we'll begin, guys, just by bending the knees, reaching that pillow back, coming to center and switching and continue. Super simple. This move will begin to warm up your body. And I want to welcome you. So thanks for joining me. My name is Elizabeth. You are in a Pilates inspired fitness class. And for props today, we are using a pillow. Okay. Now, if you wish, you can begin to toss that pillow from one hand to the other. I'm going to omit that and stick with the earlier version because I want to share with you that, as always, comfortably uncomfortable is okay. You guys are talented, but pain is not. So if I'm asking for you to do a move which is causing your body pain, please don't do it and do something different so that you are in a pain-free range of motion. That's super important to me. All right, guys, for 3 and 2 and 1. Good. Woo! All righty, feeling the blood pumping, getting a little warmed up. Okay, we'll come into another set in this sequence. Maybe that's all you want. If you want a little more, let's take that left foot and hover it. And let's bend and switch and do it again and continue. All right. And then if you wish, you can begin to toss and catch your pillow from one hand to the other or not. I just want you guys to be cognizant or thoughtful of the idea. Go ahead and continue that as you are hovering one foot, you've got your booty back in space so that knee is behind that toe. So that's important. Woo! For 3 and 2 and 1 and come to center. Notice how one leg feels different than the other. Let's fix that. How? Yeah, you guessed it. So let's hover the other foot. Bend that standing knee and switch and continue. Yep, adding in that balance challenge, which, as you guys know, because I tell you all the time, is so important to increase that ability to balance. The number one reason why women lose our independence as we age is fall and break a hip and don't recover. Woo! So we are making sure that doesn't happen to us. For 3 and 2 and 1 and come back to center. Catherine, I just saw that you left and entered. How bizarre. You guys, I'm having all kinds of Zoom problems. I hope I didn't accidentally kick her out of the class. All right, guys, from here, let's take that pillow. We're going to bring it behind us. And then energetically, I want you to pull that pillow apart. And in doing so, I want you to feel a stretch across your chest. All right. And then holding on to that stretch, let's come into a Pilates V. And then we'll bend the knees. Reach those arms back. And do it again. And continue. And breathe. Hollowing out that belly. Navel is tucked to the spine. And then adding on, as we come up to standing, let's come all the way up to the tippy toes. Bend the knees. Yep, and do it again. So again, we're adding in a balance challenge. We're also inviting those calf muscles to join this party in a greater degree. In other words, we're working the calves too. And breathe. Okay, maybe this is all you want. If you want a little more, perhaps you'd like to close one eye, maybe close the other eye, only if that's safe for you. Yeah, challenging that sense of proprioception. Notice how maybe you're feeling that heart rate coming up a little bit. We are moving the major muscle groups of the body. Notice if you're feeling a little bit of warmth in the back of the arms. That would be that triceps area. And you are breathing for 3 and 2. All right, guys, Next time you're on those tippy toes, pause. Let's hold that pillow down to one side. And switch, and switch, and continue. Can you come higher on those tippy toes? Yeah, so really taking that metric contraction in those legs. So you should feel a lot of leg muscles active right now. Also, we're going for that mobility and stability in the ankles. Whoa, for me, more mobility than stability. But both of those are important to help us in our fall prevention. And you are breathing for 3. Woo! And 2, looking really well balanced. I'm all over the place. And 1, and come back to center. Nice job. Let's take that pillow and just give it a hug. Just give that pillow a hug. Close your eyes. Imagine that you are hugging someone that you really love. Maybe that person, whoever that person is. Maybe it's a puppy. Just hug something that gives you the warm fuzzies for 3 and 2 and 1 and open those eyes. That was really sweet. All right, guys. And then from here, let's take that pillow and put it on top of the head. All right, pillow on the head. Okay. If you can find a balancing point, let's open those arms to a T. Ooh, maybe hover one foot. Maybe close one eye. Maybe close the other eye. If that's safe, wow. Yeah, you guys look really good. And saying that, you can tell my eyes are open. But I'm watching you guys. You're killing it. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's keep those arms open. Put that foot down. Other knee into tabletop. Balance. Breathe. Maybe close one eye. Maybe close the other eye. Drop those shoulders down. Begin to, feel like my pillow, thud. Anyways, begin to imagine that those arms, like you're holding something quite heavy up with those arms. And notice how it, in fact, becomes a little more challenging for 3 and 2 and 1. Put that foot down and open those eyes. Good. And then maybe let's keep those arms out to a T. Let's lift one foot. Put it down. Lift the other foot. Put it down. Drop those shoulders down. And continue. Looking good. Woo! The next time you have a knee in tabletop, it doesn't matter which. Let's soften those elbows. Pivot those palms forward. Hug an imaginary tree. And open and do it again. I feel like we're all channeling our inner Karate Kid. And breathe. By the way, if you haven't watched that new Karate Kid, I guess it would be the sequel? Yeah, anyways, it's really good. About them as they're in their adult life. For 3 and 2 and open, put that foot down, other knee into tabletop, hug and open, hug and open and continue. Yeah, my husband and I, when we started watching that, and we were like thinking it would be super stupid, but it was really good. Quite going into in depth of the characters. It was very interesting. My husband liked it more than the original movie. All right, for 2 and 1, and put that foot down. All right, let's reach up and grab that pillow. Nice job, guys. So notice how you're feeling tall. We got some balance in. And also notice how just with that arm work, we're developing those shoulders. Okay, let's take that pillow, put it between the knees. Now we'll start with the hands on the hips. And then bend the knees, booty back in space. Let's lift one heel, lift the other heel. Whoa, come as high as you can on those heels. And then, whoa, let's begin to squeeze that pillow. So just squeeze that pillow super high on the heels, finding that balance challenge. Noticing what is going on with those ankles as you're, I was going to say going through this range of motion, but that's not the case. As you're taking this static hold. And then let's add in a little motion, just tiny tiny lifts and lowers. Again, we're keeping that booty back in space. And if this is bothersome for your back, you can omit any portion that is painful for your back. Woo! Are you still squeezing? I want you really to commit to that squeezing of the pillow, really recruiting those inner thighs, feeling those calves, woo! Feeling that balance. Woo! For 3, woo! Feeling that backside, squeezing those booty cheeks, and 2, and 1. Let's come all the way up to center. Wow, crazy how much that, I know, I'm feeling it too. All right, guys, we're going to come into another round in that. This time we'll add in an arm movement, if that feels good for you, or you can omit that. All right, but we'll start with the hands on the hips, and bend the knees, booty back in space. Lift those heels. Is it possible, woo, to lift those heels even higher? And this time we'll reach those arms back behind. And then I just want you to not bounce, but like squeeze and release, squeeze and release. Yeah, so as you're squeezing, I really want you to feel those muscles in your back, right around that bra strap area. Woo, and breathe. Yeah, and then if you want more, guys, let's lift the heels higher, squeeze the pillow more, and then maybe close one eye, maybe close the other eye. Yeah, taking that balance challenge. Is it possible to lift those heels higher? Wow, really feeling those arms quite a bit, feeling the back, feeling those inner thighs, hollowing out that belly, squeezing the booty cheeks, feeling the front of the thighs, the back of the thighs, the inner thighs, the calves. Yeah, so there's really a lot going on here. Woo, for 4. And 3, are you still squeezing your pillow, guys? And 2, and 1. Woo! Come to center. Yeah, man, that was like, I know, I'm feeling it too. All right, guys, from here, let's hold that pillow in front of us. Energetically pull that pillow apart. Actually, not energetically. Pull the pillow apart. Yeah, and then we'll bend both knees just a little bit. Squeeze the booty cheeks, shoulders down and back. Twist to one side, center, other side, and center, and continue. And notice, guys, the twisty sensation that you're feeling in your waist. I want you to keep those hips pointed forward the whole time. For 3, and 2, and 1, and pause. All right, now I want you to take that pillow, put it between your knees again, and then soften those knees. And then not ferociously, but just give that pillow a gentle squeeze. So you've definitely got some muscles active, but this is not an inner thigh exercise. I want you to focus on keeping all of your, from the waist down, just super still, gently squeezing that pillow. Reach those arms out in front of you again. Pretend you're holding on to that pillow and you're tearing it apart. And then twist to one side and center, and the other side and center. And what I want you to notice is how different, you guys continue, perhaps how different that feels in your waist. Because with this prop we've got going on in the lower body, it is causing those hips to stay more still. All right, so notice how that feels. For 2, you guys look amazing. And 1, come to center. And then let's take that pillow and we'll see if we can create that same feeling without the prop of squeezing the pillow together. Okay, so keeping those hips pointed straight forward the whole time. Let's energetically, or take that static hold, pulling that pillow apart, and twist to one side and center, and the other side and center, and continue. Yeah, for 3, and notice how that feels, and 2, and 1, and come to center. Okay, give me a thumbs up if that felt a little bit different. Could you guys feel the change? Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so when I talk about keeping those hips pointed straight forwards, that's what I'm talking about. We're going to switch this up. So let's come down to the ground, keeping your pillow nearby. All right, let's come all the way down to a lying down position. Just realizing I'm having a hard time getting in the camera here. Okay. And then let's just take the pillow, put it behind the head. And then just lie flat. Let your arms open wide, palms facing up. You can kick your legs out long if that feels good. And then actually I will cue for those legs long. So kick those legs out long. Let those toes flop apart and just come into a relaxed resting position. And then I want you to close your eyes and just feel the heaviness of your body. Just check in with your body and notice how it feels. Notice if there's any areas of tightness. Take a few deep breaths. If you're with me live, it's the last Monday before Christmas, so perhaps there's some stress going on. So I just want to give your body and your mind just a chance to relax. So just for a short period of time, just focus on your breath and try to remove any other thought. Actually, don't try to remove any other thought. That's active. Just try not to engage with any of your thoughts. In other words, oh, I feel like I'm not being eloquent. But you get the point. Just relax. Try to find that stillness, that emptiness in the mind. Taking a few deep breaths. Just feeling the sense of peace. All right, guys. Oh, that was really nice. We're going to move on, but I want you to continue to lie flat, but just take those hands and put them on your belly. All right, hands on the belly, kind of like in between your lower abdominal. In fact, you can make a diamond shape with your fingertips and just have the thumbs resting just above the belly button. And then I want you to gently press your fingertips into your abdomen. And then just notice how it feels under your fingertips as you breathe. And then I want you to cough a little. And notice how in doing that, you're feeling those muscles kick awake, fire awake under your fingertips. And then I want you to laugh a little bit. Shit, I told you the funniest thing ever. Okay, and then notice how in doing that, also those muscles become active. Okay, so that would be a little bit weird to walk around coughing or laughing, particularly in this day of COVID. And certainly, well, okay, at any rate. So, but here's the next step. I want you to inhale and exhale as if you're blowing out birthday candles. Press those fingertips into your midsection and do it again. Can you feel how those core muscles are activated under your fingertips? And then, guys, I want you to try to maintain that tautness of muscles even as you inhale. So as you exhale, feel those muscles, and then try to keep those muscles active as you inhale. Now you might think, okay, holy cow, well, where is this air going to go if I keep those muscles tight as I inhale? And here's the trick, guys. Let's slide those fingertips up to your ribs. And then I want you to begin to breathe in that manner, inhaling and then exhaling, keeping those muscles taut. And then as you inhale, guys, I want you to see if you can feel your fingertips, feel your ribs press into your fingertips. In other words, see if you can expand your ribs. Here's the trick, out to the side. So can you open those ribs to the side to make room for that inhale to keep that core area taut the entire time through your cycle of breath? So let's take a moment and see if we get in touch with that. So we're inhaling, exhaling, recruiting those muscles, keeping those muscles active again as we go for that inhale, and then seeing if you can feel your ribs expand. And then see if you can maintain that. Okay, I know this is a lot, and believe it or not, this is really basic and advanced Pilates right here. So basic because this is how we should be doing all of our exercises, and advanced because we don't talk about it in Pilates classes because it takes a bit of time, and frequently people want to just come in and get their workout in. But so let's see if we can maintain that method of breathing throughout this entire session today. Okay, and then adding on, guys, let's bend the knees, feet are flat, lace the fingertips behind the head, Take an inhale as you exhale. Just come into a simple crunch. Inhale, lower, exhale, crunch. You can get rid of the pillow so you have a greater range of motion. And then just with this simple move, guys, I want you to see if you can maintain that tautness of the core muscles the entire time, using that breath to help you. So that's what I'm talking about when I say using that breath to help you. By the way, another reason why that breathing method that I'm teaching you is advanced is because it requires a lot of concentration and a lot of mind-body connection. So frequently when people first come into Pilates classes, by the way, continue with these crunches if that feels all right for you. But that's another reason why we kind of breeze by the breathing thing in the lower level Pilates classes, is because it's hard. It's not easy. It's hard to find that connection. All right, guys, for 3 and 2 and 1. And lower that head, neck, and torso down. Okay, nice job. Take a step apart with those feet and begin to windshield wiper those knees from side to side. And breathing. And then the next time those knees are dropped to the right, pause. Rest the head in the hands. Then take an inhale as you exhale. Come into a crunch straight up the center. Inhale, lower, exhale, crunch, and continue. By the way, so when you exhale through pursed lips, like you're blowing out birthday candles, you're automatically recruiting those core muscles. But here's the trick. See if you can keep that tautness of those muscles, keep those muscles engaged while you inhale. So it's not just on the exhale that those muscles are engaged. And again, how do you do that? You expand the ribs out to the side. So find that rib cage breathing, if you will. Woo! Really feeling the oblique muscles here, which is fabulous. Going for that tiny waist for 3 and 2 and 1, and lower that head, neck, and torso down. Just feel that really terrific stretch in that top thigh. Feeling that twisty sensation in the midsection for 2 and 1, come to center. And then, guys, let's drop those knees over to the left. Give your body a moment to settle into the stretch. And then see if you can get in touch with that rib cage breathing before we even start. Really a different sensation when you're able to find it. And then let's invite movement on those exhales. Come into that crunch. Inhale, lower, exhale, crunch, and continue. Breathing. Hollowing out that belly. Navel tuck to the spine. Yep. Breathing, using that rib cage breathing. Again, going for that really tiny little waist. Trying to keep those muscles taut the entire time. Whew, feels so good to really get in touch with that breath. By the way, it's just a core exercise to breathe in that manner. I mean, you can do that while you're going for a walk and you will get the benefits of working your core. For 3 and 2 and 1 and pause. All right, guys, nice job. Let's come back to center. And then for this next sequence, we'll keep the head down. I want you to grab your pillow and put it between your knees. Head is down. Arms are, let's bring the arms sort of down near the booty area and flip those palms so they're facing up. Roll the outer portions of the shoulders down into the mat. So already there's a big heart opening going on. Then take an inhale, exhale, lift those hips. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift, and continue. So not a huge range of motion. Our feet are flat. In fact, let's put the weight into the heels, maybe hovering those toes a little bit. All right, as you can imagine, we're going to add on. However, you're always, always, always welcome, guys, to continue with an earlier version of the exercise, or for that matter, take a rest at any time. Okay, guys, next time those hips are lifted, keep them lifted. All right, hips are lifted. Toes are lifted. Weight is in the heels. Let's recommit to those shoulders, the outer portions of the shoulders, pressing into the mat. Okay, so you should feel a lot of muscles active right now. And then, you guessed it, let's squeeze that pillow. Big static squeeze. Yeah, feel those booty cheeks. I want you to squeeze them as tight as you can. Feel those thigh muscles. Feel those inner thigh muscles. And continue breathing, pressing the outer portion of the shoulders into the mat. Yeah, so right now, continue holding this, by the way, a lot. So I want a lot of muscles really active right now in this static hold. But as we're doing this, I want you to notice that this is the exact opposite of us as we lean forward in our daily life with our poor posture, which is so difficult to overcome because we're constantly leaning forward over our screens, over our steering wheels, over our pets. Our whole life is in front of us. So we're giving our body a chance to open up. Yep, really feeling that backside a lot. Woo! For 4, 3, 2, release and lower that booty. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you might be feeling this tomorrow. I might be feeling it too. All right, guys, but we're not done yet. So let's come into round 2. This time, come on to the tippy toes. And we'll leave the arms as they are. Take an inhale, exhale, lift those hips. And then let's squeeze that pillow on the tippy toes. Squeeze those booty cheeks as tight as you can. Huge static hold, squeezing that pillow. Notice how it feels different being on the toes as opposed to the heels. Just squeeze. And then to top it off, maybe get in touch with that rib cage breathing again, where you expand those ribs out to the side to breathe that air because you're keeping your core engaged. The whole time. Are you still squeezing your pillow? And breathe. I'm feeling this like a 9 or an 8 on a scale of 1 to 10. So really a lot going on for 3. And 2 and 1. Oh my goodness. And release. Nice job. Okay, let's set that pillow to the side. Come into a crunch position. Hug the knees into the chest. Gently rock from side to side. Feeling that stretch. Man, really feeling that a lot back here. Going for that perky booty, guys. For 2, okay, let's switch this stretch into an exercise. Kick one leg along. Bring the other knee into a right angle position. All 10 fingertips on that knee. Pull it towards you with that audible exhale. And then switch. And continue. Maintaining that crunch position the whole time. Unless that doesn't feel great, in which case just lie your head flat, no big deal. Yep, breathing, hollowing out that belly. You know what that means. Using that breath to help you. You know what that means. Keeping that core taut the entire time. You know what that means. All right. Feeling this quite a bit. Breathing for 5 and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's hold both knees in. Lie your head flat. Gently rock from side to side. Feeling that booty massage. And then, guys, I want you to think about separate your knees a lot. And then think about drawing your knees into your armpits. Yeah, so you're going to separate those knees a lot. Gently rock from side to side. And then keep your knees as close to your torso and armpit area as possible. But let's take those soles of the feet up to the ceiling. All right. And then you can place your hands on the back of your thighs. Pull those thighs down towards your midsection. And gently rock from side to side. If you want a little more, guys, you can grab onto your shins. Perhaps that would feel good. And really use your hands to help to facilitate this stretch. And if you want more, you can even place your hands on your feet. I'm going to omit that, but maybe if that feels good to you. Yeah. I'm just feet rocking back and forth on my screen. It's really cute actually, because I also see two stockings right behind those feet. It's like it's, anyways, really cute. Okay, and breathe for 3. Woo, really enjoying that stretch in that inner thigh area. And 2, which should feel amazing, guys, after all of that inner thigh isometric work that we've done. And 1, and come back to center. Okay, next, guys, let's continue lying flat. Bring the soles of the feet together. Open those knees wide to the side. Place your fingertips on your inner thighs and just gently press down. So again, just coming into a really nice inner thigh stretch. And then adding on, so maybe you want to hang out here in the stretch, that's fine, but we're going to move on. So lace the fingertips behind the head, come into a crunch position with your head, neck, and torso, resting the head in the hands. Let's lift one foot off the ground, put it down, and the other. So we're still maintaining that butterfly knees wide type position. Okay, so if you're in the crunch, you've got upper ab muscles going on. Lifting one leg, you've got oblique muscles going on. All right, if you want to invite a little bit more of that lower ab area, or if you want to just make this more challenging, you can hover those feet instead of putting them on the mat, and then continue with the same range of motion. All right. And then if you want more, guys, you can press the feet together. Actually, I'm going to cue this differently. Let's everyone find stillness. Press the soles of the feet together. Whether your feet are resting on the ground or in space, you will feel those inner thigh muscles. Woo! And breathe. And then maybe you just want this static hold. If you want more, you can begin to lift those knees towards the elbows and lower and do it again, coming into a clamshell situation. If you're watching me, my range of motion is super tiny, but you can have a very large range of motion, or you can go back to the earlier version, which I'm going to do. I'm actually going to place my feet on the ground and press them together with this static hold in the crunch. Oh, yep. Seeing lots and lots of variations on my screen. That makes me really happy, guys. Everyone listening to your body. For 4, woo, pressing those heels together really adds to this quite a bit. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay, everyone lower their heels down. Lower your head. And then one final time, just press on those inner thighs, just giving them a chance to release. Woo, feels so good after all of that inner thigh work. Yeah, for 2 and 1. And let's switch gears. Coming to a side lying position. All right, so coming to a side lying position, guys, let's place the elbow under the shoulder and take that pillow and put it between the knees. Then let's lift those ankles and lower, lift and lower. By the way, if this body position doesn't work for you, you can certainly come into this position, or you can even rest your head on your hands. Okay, but for this next sequence, it'll be a little bit easier if you're on your elbow. So if this doesn't work for you, you can continue with this version. All right, if you want more, next time those feet ankles are lifted, pause. All right, so already you should feel some oblique muscles active. Okay, but we're going to make them even more active. Take that top hand, put it on the ground for stability, and then let's lift and lower those knees with those ankles lifted. And then if you wish, you can place that top hand onto your waist. Using that breath, guys. Oh yeah, so I'm seeing some of you with your head flat doing this. So maybe that does work out just fine. Okay, anyways, maybe reach that top arm up to the ceiling, challenging that balance. Woo! For 4 and 3, 2, and the next time those knees are lifted, keep them lifted. Whoa, I'm going to put my top hand down, and then maybe kick those legs long, bring them in, do it again. Now, if you're on your elbow, notice if that ear is getting really cozy with the shoulder. And if so, find that space and length. I'm throwing me off. All right. And breathe. Yeah, loving it. Looking good for 4. Woo. And 3. You're breathing. 2. And 1. Come back to center. Well done. Let's take that pillow, just set it to the side. Flip yourself over so you're on your hands and knees. Okay, guys. From here, I want you to drop your belly button down towards the mat, and then shift your gaze slightly forward. Energetically draw those palms towards your knees, using that as leverage, guys, to create space and length between the vertebrae and your spine, feeling a nice stretch in that abdominal area. And then I want you to press into those hands, look down towards your knees, arch your spine, round your spine, hollow out that belly, pressing the shoulders away from the ears, and then drop it, shifting your gaze forward, maybe bending those elbows just a tiny amount, pulling those hands towards your knees. So you should feel arm muscles active here, guys. And then just enjoy that stretch. Maybe notice if your back is popping, and then press into those hands, arching that spine. And then, guys, continue with this move, your own breath, your own pace, just enjoying that movement in the spine. Whew. By the way, Joseph Pilates really felt the key to life, or I should say a key to a long, happy, healthy life was mobility in your spine, having a strong spine as you age. Well, the spine isn't strong, it's the bones, but having a supple spine, perhaps that's a better way to say that. All right, for 3 and 2 and 1, and come back to center. Then let's take your left leg, kick it out long behind. Reach that right arm forward. All right, guys. And then maybe arch your spine, draw the knee to the elbow underneath your belly button and kick it long, and do it again and continue. If that doesn't feel great for you, you can hang out without motion. So I'm going to do that. It just occurred to me, according to Joseph Pilates, my spine is probably quite old because it is not very movable today. But here's the good news. It's much more movable than it would be if I didn't do Pilates. So we'll just stick with that. All right. And then come back to center. All right. Nice job. Let's kick the other leg out. Reach the other arm out. And then if you wish, you can begin to draw that knee to the elbow. Kick it long. Do it again and continue, or not, whatever feels best for you. You are breathing. Yeah, I frequently play this game to myself. Does it suck or is it awesome? So does it suck that my spine bothers me, or is it awesome that I do Pilates and it bothers me way less than it would if I didn't do Pilates? So I'll stick with it. It's awesome. Woo! All right, guys, for 4, 3, 2, and 1, come back to center. Okay, let's separate those knees a lot. Reach that booty back towards the heels. Walk those hands forward. Bring that forehead down to the mat. Just feeling that terrific stretch. And breathe. Just enjoying that stretch for 4 and 3, 2, and 1. Let's walk those hands back in, guys. And then pivot those knees back together. And then coming into all fours again. So I'm going to do this next sequence on my gorilla fist. So we're coming into a plank. That's where this is going. So that's an option, or you can come onto your elbows if that's better for you. And also you're welcome to put one knee down at any time. All right, let's kick one leg out long behind you. Find that long straight line, commit to it, take an inhale. As you exhale, step that other foot back behind. So coming into that really terrific plank position, upright push-up position. So what does that mean? Really terrific. Let's start at the head. So your head is in line with your spine. That means there are no wrinkles in your neck. Another way to say that is your head's not hanging low, nor is it arched all the way up. It's just in line with your spine, neutral. And then scanning down the body, I want those shoulders over your supporting point. So if you're on your hands, those shoulders are over the hands. If you're on your elbows, those shoulders are over the elbows. I'm just making sure that's not one of you texting me saying you can't breathe. I mean, you can't, you are breathing, by the way. You can't hear me with my tech difficulties. Okay, but seems we're all good. Okay, so we've got the head, we've got the shoulders. Next, let's talk about that upper back. It is not sagging low. So for some people, the space between the shoulders sags low. So we're avoiding that. Next, talking about the waist. It is also not sagging low. If anything, there's a slight forward pelvic tilt to make your spine in line, so it is straight. Booty cheeks, squeezing. All right, on those tippy toes. Yep, thinking about that back side being a straight line. You guys are so strong. I'm like talking a long time on purpose and you're just killing it. All right, next, let's go ahead and take a little active rest. So lift that booty up towards the ceiling. Yep, keep your hands where they were for your plank position. Melt those heels down, looking down towards your ankles. Space between the ears and chest. And then take an inhale as you exhale. Let's come back forward into that plank with that really great position. Yep. And breathe. Loving it. Hollowing out that belly. Navel tuck to the spine. I'm remembering one time Melinda was the only person in class and we held a plank for 3 minutes. I think we took a couple of breaks, but we did 3 minutes. And she was totally with me the whole time. All right, you guys are so strong. I don't know the percentage of population that can hold a plank for a minute, but I bet it is quite low. All right, and then active rest, reaching that booty back up towards the ceiling again. Melting those heels down, drawing those shoulders away from the ears. Feeling that terrific stretch. And then let's, you guessed it, shift forward back into that plank position. And hold and squeeze. Breathing, hollowing out that belly. Navel is tucked to the spine. What's going on with that head? What's going on with those shoulders? What's going on with the spine, booty, legs, core, breath? Killing it for 4, 3, 2. And then finally, guys, let's lower those knees down. Separate those knees. Reach that booty back towards the heels. Allowing your head to rest. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. And come back to center. All right, remember that side lying work that we did what feels like 3 centuries ago? Let's go ahead and lie down on the other side. And again, remember, you can come onto your elbow or you can rest your head on your arm or whatever feels nice for you. Let's take that pillow, put it between the knees. And then let's lift and lower those ankles. All right. And then if you're up on your elbow, think about space. Yeah, so we want that long straight line with the head in line with the spine. You can place your hands on that oblique area. Yeah, already feeling those obliques working. Yeah, looking good, everyone. I'm seeing feet moving like a tail wagging. I love it. Okay, and the next time those ankles are lifted, pause. All right. Ready to come into that more challenging option? Let's lift those knees and lower, lift and lower, and continue. Maybe take that top arm up to the ceiling. That's crazy. It feels so much easier on this side. That's really interesting. I feel like sometimes the body, even though we've switched sides, the body is still like, oh, okay, I know what you want. Been there, done that. And it just automatically makes the exercise less challenging. Whew. and breathe. Yep. For 4 and 3. Whoa. And 2. And just for fun, the next time you're lifted, pause and let's just squeeze that pillow and squeeze for 4, 3, 2. Okay, now I'm really starting to feel it. And 1, and come back to center. Well done. Nice job, guys. Okay, let's take that pillow and we will set it to the side and press ourselves up to a seated position. Okay, from here, guys, let's come into a mermaid stance with our lower body. So in other words, we've got a shin pointed forward, the sole of the foot is to the knee, and then our body is shaped like a right angle. Place that hand down on the outside of the thigh and reach that top arm up and over. Oh, feeling that side body stretch for 2 and 1, come to center, reaching that other arm up overhead. If it feels good to you, you can apply a little leverage on your lower leg to come further into the stretch for 2 and 1, and come to center. Let's kick those legs straight out in front of you. Reach those fingertips forward and then actually come into a forward fold, which I'm going to omit. But for most people, this stretch feels really good. So just hang out here for a moment and breathe for 3 and 2 and 1, and then stack vertebrae upon vertebrae. Coming back to that seated position. Nice job. And then let's find that mermaid position on the other side. So the other foot is going to the other knee. And then we'll take the hand on the outside of that thigh, reach up and over. And then we will come back to center, placing the hand on the calf, other arm up and over. And breathe for 3 and 2 and 1. Good. And come back to center. All right, guys, however you want to, let's come to a kneeling and then a standing position. All right, nice job, guys. Let's swing those arms from side to side. We have moved in every plane of motion today. We've strengthened all of our muscles. We did a special focus on the core and our breathing to keep that core taut. We got lots of balance in and inner thighs and glutes. So I hope you guys are feeling amazing for 3 and 2 and 1. Come back to center. Let's reach those arms overhead. Drop the shoulders. Good, that was dramatic. Curl those fingertips over, tuck the chin to the chest, roll down, vertebrae by vertebrae, coming all the way down. When you get down to the bottom, nod your head. Heck yes, I feel amazing. Shake your head, no, no, no. And then, guys, softness in the knees, head is heavy. Roll up, vertebrae by vertebrae, coming all the way up. When you get to the top, shoulders up, back and down, up, back and down. One more time, up, back and down, and walk into your Monday and your week with your awesome posture. I want to thank you guys for joining me. If you're with me on YouTube, please like, comment nicely, and subscribe.